Shit, I haven't done a tank review on the udes. Well, here it is.
Developed in the early 1970s by the UDES research group Bofors and Hägglunds companies. In 1972, the project was provided by the Bofors company. Later, it was decided to return to the concept with a traversable turret, and development was continued within the UDES 14 project. The Bofors project remained only in blueprints.
So there you go. For those who are lazy enough to read, that is the history of the udes. So, when you first get this tank, your research order should be to get the track first, to get the total load limit, or if you do not want to install any equipment first, then you should be fine, because even with the stock track, you can install all the research module, except for the equipment, because, well, yeah, if you installed any equipment, then you'll probably end up with the max load. So my recommendation is get the gun first or get the track first. If you want equipment, you need to get the track first. If you think if you want to have this awesome gun first, then yeah, just go for the guns and then the tracks, so that you can throw in the equipments and then engines and the last the radio. For the equipment that you use, there's probably only one choice: binoculars and camouflage and medium caliber tank gun rammer, right, to boost that reload speed. So you could argue that drop binoculars to vent to further improve the DPM of the udes, but it will make your tank so inflexible and pretty much blind as a bat. So yeah, I recommend binos, camonet, and rammer. So for crew skills, you should have the free female crew from the event. So they will have built-in brothers in arms. For the first skill, I would recommend camo for the driver and the radio operator. The commander can be either camoed or sixth sense, so it depends on how you want to boost your tank in different ways. Second skill, the tank commander will either camo or sixth sense, just the opposite of the first skill. The driver can be clutch brake or repairs. You rarely need deadeye or snapshot, so either clutch brake here or repairs. You can also try off-road driving, but I mean that's not very helpful at all, I think. For the radio operator, you would want to have repairs or situation awareness to boost up your fuel range. Oh, I forgot to mention the third skill. The commander should have learned recon. The driver is pretty much whatever you want, and radio operator, yeah, pretty much whatever you want. So here we are looking at the full potential of the udes once we research all the models and equip them. with proper crew skills. I do not add recon and situation awareness here because TankGG has a wrong calculation of my view range. Instead, I will use wotinfo.net to help me calculate my view range here. So back to TankGG. udes, if you do not know, have two modes. One is travel mode and the other one is siege mode. Travel mode obviously used to travel, so in this mode we'll only take looking at the mobilities, right? Top speed 70, excellent. Reverse speed 50, excellent. Power to weight ratio 25.93, that is very good. Time traverse with clutch brake is 31 degrees per second, that is mediocre, I would say. So turning resistance is quite bad, but considering you have pretty much 26 power to weight ratio, that's even out. Gun elevation 20 degrees, gun depression 14 degrees. But I have to address that the gun depression is only working in siege mode. Gun elevation though, that's totally fine. The udes gun can move around up and down, just not down, right? Gun traverse 12 degrees per second, that means nothing. Traverse range, yes, nothing. Right, so now let's enter siege mode. You can see the DPM boost a lot. So you have 2700 DPM, 390 alpha damage with that 105 gun, 288 penetration, excellent. With APC out is standard 1385 velocity meters per second. Your premium round is also APC out with 330 penetration instead. Oh, and extra 200 meters per second velocity. Right. So your wheel time is 8.63 with all that crew skills and equipment. That's not bad, I guess. Aim time 1.14 seconds. That's excellent. The gun dispersion is 0.23. That is quite good. I believe it is the best among the SDRV 103 and the 103B. You can further boost that gun dispersion with food. It will boost it to 0.22. Right? So yeah, good. The tank moving, tank traverse, turn traverse, that means nothing to me, but I'd say that the gun boom when your tank is traversing is quite large in the udes, though you do have that excellent 1.4 second aim time, so that's kind of balance itself out. So yeah. You only carry 40 ammunition, so that's not a lot. Potential damage is 15,000, I believe. That is how to say it. Yes. Shell cost is 1,160, which is quite normal for a tier 10 destroyer, right? Anything else? Got armor, it's trash. We'll get to that later. 1,000 health, which is quite standard. If I remember correctly, the ISU have 1010, something like that, right? The total weight means nothing. Radial range 900 meters means nothing. Fire chance 10%, that is quite low, but still I have catch fire 1 or 2, so it might not do bad to carry a fire extinguisher. If not, well, just carry food. Right, let's go to the view range. We have this binoculars and bodies in arms with 85% recon skills and 100% situation awareness. I have 470 meters of view range. That is quite good for a udes that only have 350 base view range. If I have 100% recon skill, that will give me 2 more meters of view range, right? So view range and camo, that is all the udes have. So looking on the armor profile of the udes, you got 20mm all round with some 30mm on these red squares. You do have a space armor on the side, which is 15mm, but behind that is almost 10. Actually, it's all 10mm of actual side armor. So, but hey, you don't mind, because if you get shot, you'll get pain. Everything can overmatch this armor, even if angled like this. So you shouldn't be relied on the armor of the udes. However, sometimes enemy will shoot at this portion of the tank which only have space armor in it, so it will only bounce, or I should say absorbed by the track or the armor, so they will do no damage to your tank, but they might track you, so that is, you want to watch it. So what is the weak spot of the udes? Well, obviously it's the track, because it turns quite slow and you need to aim with your track. So once your track is gone, damage broken, you cannot aim at all. So to deal with the udes effectively, I'd say drag it, force the driver to repair his track, and then track it again, and then just circle around playing with your food, something like that. Also, I should mention that do not fire any high explosive on the udes, because, well, you might think this is paper thin armor, but it is very well angled, and high explosive do not have the overmatch mechanic available. So if you're using high explosive, you need to hit this lower plate, which yeah, good luck hitting with that. So I would say do not use any high explosive, because you will not penetrate unless you're firing about him, or you're firing at the rear of this tank. So if the udes is so easily to take out in the battlefield, what is its strength and how did it survive? For that, we'll take into the worldtankinfo.net. You probably see this website before. So here we are with the udes, and with a fully spec'd Object 140 with the view range of 474. Right? So we have no camo skill, only camo net, and the vehicle camo with partisan arms, binos with some recons and situation awareness skill. You boost it to 470 view range as well. You can see the massive difference on the camo value of these two tanks. So with no camo skills, the distant enemy will spot you. In this case, the Object 140 with a fully spec'd skill. Alright, a bit of tongue twister. With a fully viewing spec'd Object 140, he will spot you in 283 meters if you are stationary. That is quite close, considering it is a viewing spec medium tanks, right? And with you moving, he will not spot you unless you get into 400 meters or something like that, right? So you can already see how these tanks behave on the camo rating. So if you train your crew to camo, it boosts up to 67.915 camo rating. Now the 140 need to spot you in under 200 meters when you're stationary, and even with you moving, he will not spot you in under 350 meters. So that is quite huge, considering you can use bushes and to enhance your camera rating, so that he will not spot you. Even the view range of the 140 is quite high, I would say. Yeah, because normal drivers, I think they will only have 450 or so, so they will further increase your survivabilities on this tank. Besides hiding from the enemy and outspotting the enemies, udes is very good at climbing hills as well, because of that 70 top speed and 25 almost 26 power to weight ratio. So if you want to have some fun with the udes, you should try to climb some hills. Last but not least, the playstyle of the udes should be keep your distance, hidden well, and kill your enemies before they proxy spot you. Alright, I think that's enough theory. Let's get into some gameplay. Hey guys, and welcome to
Prokhorovka.
Yes, I know, I can't pronounce that name. Yes, whatever. Right, so look at that matchmaking. They have a lot of heavies. We also have a lot of heavies, and we both only have one scout. So what I want to do in this map is use my camo and my extended view range to help my team extend a view range into their territory. So let's get started. If you want to scout in this map, there's probably a few ways to go. Each one have can really do some work here, or come up to the hill, find the bushes. But I personally like is the around F2 or G2, because you can easily counter E1 in these positions. However, I get spotted there absolutely, even with the excellent camo of the udes. You cannot be too greedy about. So I'm waiting to disappear and crawling back into the positions I want, which is right about here. So from now on, if anyone try to come to E1 here, then I will get some spot on. I can also spot middle occasionally. So this is quite a good positions to be passive scouting. Now you should notice that the udes cannot be active scouting, like running on the ridge lines here. The udes will just dead because its first speed is not so good, and if you caught out in the open when turning on the this pitch here, you absolutely get melted. So I spotted the udes, not levy. I have no idea why. Probably because our heavies are trying to push along the one line. So the Edelweiss come here, and I get spotted because of proxy spotting. So I hope you guys have an idea about how strong the camera rating of the udes have, and how you should utilize it if the map is available. So the E-device is gone. I come back into some of these areas, try to spot for our team. However, I'm unable to do so, and that VK just no. I have no idea why he tried to push there, because obviously we do not have any view range, and yeah, that will only eventually happens, and he basically did nothing. So I come back to into these positions, hopefully to stop the enemy advance, if they advance, right? So I spotted 112 in the maximum view range, and then all of a sudden artillery hits me blindly because my sixth sense do not goes off. So I guess he remembered where I last stayed and tried to blind fire, and then he actually hit me, right? So the enemy now is trying to push along this line, but with a STR-VS1 and the Yak Tiger, I believe it's in a hold down positions. They're taking a lot of damage trying to push it, and I do not get spotted by that ST1, so you might have an idea of how strong the camera rating is, right? So the STA have no idea where he is getting spotted from. Try to double push, and I totally miss. That's the thing with the udes, because you are not very good at tracking targets that moves, especially sideways. So come back here. We have successfully stopped the enemy push. They seems like they're not pushing anymore. Oh, the 112 tried his luck, but yeah, you just get melted. Alright, there's one less enemy down. So we have already spotted 5,000 assisted damage. So that is quite a good game for the udes. Only for passive scouting. Though the udes is quite excellent in passive scouting because of that excellent camera rating. So try to raise my tank, maybe get a better angle of view range, hopefully spot the enemies there, but unable to do so. So we'll fast forward a bit until there's something happens. Try to use another positions to spot our enemies, but our 34-2 there is unable to spot anything. So there's the levy, and I raise my tank up. That is a technique that you need to learn if you want to do good in the udes, is to once inside the siege mode, you need to manually raise up your tank to get a higher positions on your enemy, because for how low profile the udes has, sometimes a little ridge will block your shot. So you need to know how to raise up your tank, so to say, to yeah, get a better angles. Now let's just speed up again because nothing happened here. And for some reason the 34-2 decided to push, and I have absolutely no idea that I was unable to spot these two, probably because they have double push. Now I am the one that's spotting this T28 prototype. Try to fire there because the turret is inside the bush, so that I was thinking he maybe won't spot me, but he did anyways. But that's fine, because, well, he's the last one here, except for the artilleries. Spoilers alert. So try to come here to find the artilleries that hit me earlier, and here it is. Now I'm just gonna pause this to let me have some time to explain all of this. Now the udes, because you cannot aim with your gun, you need to turn your whole tank, so it is quite hard to aim to your enemies without the siege mode, right? So what I developed a technique, well, probably not me, but I found out this technique is to auto aim, and then when you get close to the enemy, just let go of everything, let the auto aim do its work. Auto aim will try to turn your try to turn your gun into the center mass of the enemy, and by doing that, it will automatically turn your tank to face that enemy. So this is a very important skills, I think, to master in the udes, the SDRV103 and the 103B, even the S1 as well. Those use hydropneumatic system. Sorry about that. So yeah, basically auto aim, and then when it get close enough, let go of everything, let the auto aim itself, and then just try to shoot. For now, just want to keep it out because, well, I'm never gonna find that STA1, I think. But then I decided to maybe I can squeeze one more shot, but was unable to do so. So this match we only did 893 damage. That's quite bad for the damage potential that that the udes can do, but we have spot 6,000 damage, so that is not a bad game for me. So we all know how it performs defensively, and now it's time to see how it performs offensively. We're here on Mines. It's a tier matches, which is very good. There's only 3 tier 8. The enemy have the Borsig, the S1 and a artillery. We have the SU-101, me and another artilleries. So let's get started. The other things about the udes, I think you if you want to master it, is using its speed and power to weight, and try to climb some hills to give yourself a bit advantage. So speaking of hills and mines, here is probably one of the best hill that you can climb and inflict massive damage on the enemy teams. So the first time I failed. Alright, that's fine, cool. And I think let's reverse it. Use the excellent speed of the udes even in reverse to get me back into positions. So I'd say try climb hill twice. If the second time is still failed, then you should just forget it and try to get some damage, help your team out, and not be obsessed with only climbing hills. So the second time it works. A bit dangerous here. Almost fell down again, but we made it eventually. So once you made it into this hill, there are so many opportunities that you can use. So you can come over to this positions here to get shots on the hills. I mean the middle part of the hills, not here. So I stop because I can hit that knee. Now because I'm shooting down on its hull, it doesn't matter what his angling is. And a shotgun shot, get lucky. Hit it right in the turret. Now you can have easy shots in the middle part. But now you just want the enemy to come towards you. Spot the scorpion, however I'm unable to put the shots in, though I do not get spotted there. I believe it is around 350 meters away. Now spotted the Cheeto as well. Put a shot into him, take him out. Good. The IS though, no, he'd get away. Try to take a shot on the Type 58, but he managed to get out as well. However, this IS doesn't have so much luck. He's caught completely in the open. Wow, well, at least for me. And that scorpion still cannot spot me even I fired. Jackson there. Great shot, 410 damage. That scorpion. Right. You think it's safe there, but this position is so broken that it's not. And I'd still not yet get spotted. So I hope this gives you an idea on how great of the udes camo is. As move positions, and I can hit that boss from here, and he's dead. Probably get a high explosive from the Oni. The Type 58 just get disappeared, but I bind fired anyway, and the shot went through. We'll see if it hits later. So right now I'm just kind of waiting for the enemies to come to me. Then I can use my camo and viewing advantage to hopefully take out the enemies, like that IS. Check out this. He is 320 meters away, and I do not even have my camera lens active for a while. He still cannot spot me. Though he might not have a very good crew, but nonetheless, it is a light tank, right? So the IS come all the way around. I'm just waiting somebody to pop up on the middle, like the Scorpion did. I will first give myself a little bit more height to get clear on the ridge in the middle, and good shots. 400 damage. Now there's the S1, probably 200 meters away as well. Come to a bush. Spot him 240 meters away. Now if I fire, I mostly will get spotted there. So I held my fire. At least keep him spotted for our team. He obviously know that he is spotted by something, but he have no idea where I am. And then I believe he turned into siege mode, get a shot, and then go back into travel mode. So I wait until he is behind a tree, so that I fired. He did not spot me. Now we just finish up this IKV-65, and yeah, pretty much secure the game for us. So far we have done 4000 damage and 1300 spotting, and we did hit that blind fire on the Type 58 there, so probably 4200 ish damage. The other thing about udes is because of its lightweight, you are very easily to get airborne, even with a small bump. So watch out for that. Climbing hills, you might flip yourself, and that's not good. So let's go artillery hunting. I think the artillery will be on this hill. So use the speed of the udes to come up here. Hopefully give them supplies. But yeah, they're not here. Artillery take a shot and go back into that that hidey hole there. I was thinking, yeah, I just kept, because I do not want any trouble, and I realized the Hummel isn't in that corner, so I go artillery hunting. Let's fast forward a bit. There it is, the artillery, and finishing up. So to sum up this game, got 7 kills, 4200, probably 4500 ish damage, and 1300 spotting. So summary this game: climb this overpowered hill and basically shoot everything and spot everything. I do have to address the issue of climbing hills to give yourself a advantage, right? I think that wargaming should remove these opportunities for players to get a huge advantage on the enemies if they know what they're doing, right? So I think climbing hills shouldn't be exist in these games because it consider a bug. Well, for me, it consider is a bug here, and but as long as Wargaming do not address these issues, so they're basically telling us that it's okay to utilize these um, mechanics or bugs, whatever you want to call it. So I hope Wargaming fixes this because um, some of the climb is totally overpowered, and if you manage to get up there, that's anyone can do good. So yes, I hope Wargaming um, fix that, and we are not able to climb anymore. So we'll look at the post battle results screen in a moment. So here we are on the mines map. That is my third map of excellent. There's obviously ace tanker, a spotter, a bruiser, fire for effect, high caliber obviously for that 4600 damage done, tank snipers, and a top gun. We got 1300 experience, um, 4600 damage as said before, and we spot 1300 as said before as well. While for credit making, fire 16 shot and 18,000 ammo cost, which is okay. Do not take any damage, so I make a profit of 46,000. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this tank review videos. I hope you find it informative and being useful. Let me know if you want me to make a videos of which hills the udes can climb, and what positions on each map that udes can utilize, not just climbing but any spot that the udes would do good in. If you want that, please let me know in the comments below. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.